All right, well, I'm Simon Lovely. I'm part of the Telluride High School.
I'm George Thorneycroft. I'm from the Telluride Mountain School.
And we went to Oklahoma State University for aeronautical engineering and unmanned aerial systems, better known as drones.
Yeah, so this is the team we were with. There's me and there's Simon over there. We were a group of interns. Most of us were from Oklahoma, except for Simon and I. And here we are sitting in one of the buildings at Oklahoma State for the aeronautical engineering program. And you can see some of the drones we're holding there and a few other things we engineered. Yeah. So here we have some of the other things we were working on. This one in the middle was our main project. It was just a fixed-wing airplane, remote controlled. And the whole purpose of it was to get familiar with aeronautical engineering and electrical engineering. You can see the nose of it there. Pretty confusing. Took me a long while to even be able to unpack that. And over there you can see us. That's just putting together some foam board planes just to get familiar with the physics and engineering of an airplane.
So this was some of the electrics that we did. The one on the far left, let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. The far left one here, that was for a dolphin simulator we used. Unfortunately, I don't have a photo of the actual dolphin simulator. I just have the computer for it. And then this guy was in preparation, these two actually were in preparation for when we went to Alamosa, which was our last week of the internship. And we were setting up these ground stations in which they would measure wind, temperature, and humidity, and the wind direction as well. And we went there for what's called Cloud Map.
Yep. So Cloud Map was the bulk of our internship, and it was a project that the Oklahoma State University was involved in. And it was actually a collaboration from a bunch of universities, including University of Kentucky, and CU was there. And the whole purpose of the initiative was to use unmanned air systems and drones to take weather data and meteorological data. And the whole purpose of it was to increase the use of the data, because with a standard weather station like this or a weather balloon, you get a single fairly useless point of data. You understand what's happening in a small little area. But as soon as you start attaching these meteorological devices to airplanes and drones, then you start to get really broad 3D pictures of how the data and how the weather is working. And with that, you can make much better predictions and simulations.
So this is what we put on the drones a lot, and this is mainly our job in Alamosa. These were what called radiosondes. Those on the bottom on the bottom right are the commercial-made ones, and then these are the homemade ones that Oklahoma State made. And they're purpose-built in order to fit in these little cases so that you can attach them to the bottom of a drone. And you can really attach them to any drone because they're super light. And these measured temperature, humidity, and I believe the air pressure in it.
Yeah.
So this is, that was the drone that I flew most of the time. I got my drone license there, or what they call the Part 107. It's confusing, I know, the FAA, blah. Anyways, I flew this a lot of the time. A lot of the regulations now only let you fly a drone up to 400 feet. We flew these almost up to 3,000 or 4,000 feet in order to get some of that weather data.
Yeah, so while in Alamosa, which is, I forgot to say, the whole Cloud Map thing was we left Oklahoma and came back to Colorado, and the whole initiative was being used in Alamosa in the valley there, the San Luis Valley, because it's a really unique weather phenomenon that happens there. And so these are what I spend most of my time in Alamosa doing, these ground stations. And they just take weather direction and speed. And these, I would wake up in the morning and just set these all up and get the computer running and just monitor them all through the day to get all that data. And over there is another cool shot of the drone that Simon was flying.
It's a good photo. That was also another photo. I was flying this. We were at the Leach Airport. It's a small airport, basically in the middle of nowhere. And it's where all the colleges and everyone met up in order to get a brief and what they were doing. So we tested these next to one of the CU boulders calibrated trucks in which it has a big boom that goes up to about 50 feet or so. And we calibrated the drone so that it measures the same wind speed in the wind direction as well. I'll let you explain that.
So this is Oklahoma State's arsenal of aircraft right there. And all these are little solo aircraft, little quadcopters, and you can buy those at like Walmart, I think. But you can see on the bottom they're equipped with the radio sons that Simon was talking about, and those are all specially outfitted. And above that you can see these two fixed wings. We actually spent a little time helping on that right one, the blue one. And the left one actually crashed while we were there. The pilot crashed it, which was really sad, but really cool to watch, and actually learned a lot from that. And on the top, there's the drone that Simon was flying. And next to it is another really cool aircraft that actually dropped little radio sons, what they call drops on, out of the bottom and got data that way.
Then this was some of the leisure time that we had. This was mainly in Alamosa. In Oklahoma, we went to the movie theater and we played some golf. I don't have any photos of that because I forgot. So we went to the crocodile farm. These are what these two photos are here. There was 1 million turtles roaming around at your feet. They didn't really do anything, but they were there and they were really cool. This was one of the alligators that were here. I believe this was the alligator that was in the movies, or has been in Happy Gilmore and a couple others. And then these over here were just a hike with some of the graduate students that we worked with when we were in Alamosa. And then some advice to future Pinterns. I'd say start volunteering because it helps a lot, and Sarah gets to know you a lot more, which is cool. And then I want to say thank you to all these people. And yeah.